Welcome to Paul's Spare Time. This will be episode number 11 of the Buffalo Nickel series, 1913 to 1938. We are restoring dates off of Buffalo nickels that are dateless. That's right. You're supposed to get a Buffalo nickel that looks like that. A very clear 1937 bold date. However, frequently Buffalo nickels come like that one with no date. When they do, there is a chemical that you can use to restore it. It is called the Nicodate Date Restorer. That does take 75% of the value of a nickel away, a Buffalo nickel. But we are restoring them, trying to fill this Buffalo nickel album. And after 10 episodes, we have restored 44 of the 65 dates. And most of the ones we need are the more recent ones. A little harder to find the more recent ones. So we're going to restore some today. Let's see what we can find. All right, here are our first two with no dates. No date and no date. Let's see if we can bring them back and tell us when they were born. Let's see if we can do that. Toothpick, you don't want to touch your fingers to this. That one's coming, 1920 something. 1920 something. 23 maybe? And I don't know. Maybe 28? Let's watch this one because the magic's happening here. 1923, the magic is happening. See, in our book, we have all the 1923s. Our secondary book, we need a 23S and a 21S. And we can always upgrade our one book. Trying to fill some more slots in our book. We're going to need some 1930s, though. Definitely 23. And definitely an I don't know. Definitely an I don't know on that one. Whew. We're going to let that one cook for a while. That one's definitely a 23. Let's take it off. Dip it in water, deactivate the chemical. Bring it back over. Definitely a 23. You may see a 25, but it's a 23. Or a 25. It's actually starting to look like a 25 to me. Nope, it's a 23. 'Tis a 23. And for a mint mark, ooh, I think I see an S. I don't even have to nicodate that. That is a 23S. That is going to go in our other book. That is a good start. Our secondary book has one. We're going to set this one off to the side and just let it boil for a while. Just let it boil. We're going to put two more up here. I'm going to guess we're not going to restore a date on that one that's boiling. No date. No date. Let's see what we can do on these two. All right. A dot and a dot. Boy, that one's coming quick. That's a 1917. Don't need a 1917 in the first book. In the second book, we don't need a 1917 either. But that one's coming in clear. That could upgrade one. That's coming in good. And the other one, not so much. We'll let it percolate. 1917's looking fine, though. The 1917's looking fine. How about this one over here that's cooking? Too dark to see. Let's take the juice off of it. I think we burn it. Just kidding. There's no such thing. It's just eating the nastiness off. There's part of a date there. We're going to put it in the date not restored pile. You try to get it another time. 1917 looks good. That one? Don't know yet. Something's coming. Maybe something 8, something 6. Take the 1917, wipe the au jus off. See the 1917, very good. And, oh, it's an S mint mark down there. Do you see it? Do you see it? I see it. All the way down at the bottom. There is an S. Very clearly, at least to me, right there. Right there. So that's a 1917 S. I'm going to keep that one out to compare with the book. See if that upgrades our book. I'm going to look at this one. Oh, it's coming. It's finally coming. What is it? I don't know. A 0. 1920. That is a 1920. Do you see it? You don't see anything. It doesn't look like a 20 up there. Why does it look like a 20 down here? It is a 20. It is a 1920. There you go. It is a 1920. We'll let her cook for another second or two. 1920 as far as the book goes, we found them in the last video. This one's not going to be in very good shape. Let's peel it out of there. Let's deactivate the chemical. See if this one has any kind of mint mark at all. I don't see one. So that's a date restored, but not needed. Let's go back to that. Let's get us a couple more here. Going better this video. Boy, last video, nothing wanted to nicotate. Nothing. No date. No date. See if anything comes. Something's coming there. Something's coming. What is it? Ah, the magic of nicotate. Probably need to move my juice a little bit to the left. Oh yes. 1915 or 1916. And on this one, mystery. Magical, oh wait, also there, 1915. That's a 1915. That's a 1915. We've got two 1915s. Cool. Let's deactivate them. Maybe they've been hanging out together since birth. Lost their birth dates together on the same night. And a drunken affair at the bar. I don't know. I don't know. 1915. 1915. Let's flip them over. Check for some mint marks. Maybe an S. Maybe an I don't know. We'll see if we can roust a mint mark off either one of them. I think that first one might be an S. Oh, I put nicotate everywhere but on the mint mark area. Same there. Could have got by with a lot less, Paul. Yeah, I know. I know. See if if that one pops up an S like I thought I saw. May not. May not. We'll give it a minute. In the 1915s, we could use an S or a P for the backup book. We have them in book number 1. Let's see if either one pops up. Go to Zoom. I do not see a mint mark there. See a reflection there. I do not see a mint mark on either one. They're going to be 1915 Ps. We do need that in one of the books. We'll look and see which one of these two is the best. Showing up the 1915. We'll put it in the backup book. 1915, not bad. 1915, even better, I think. We'll put that one in the 1915 P slot. We'll put that one in the restored Nicodate slot, and we will move on to 2 other Buffalo nickels. See if we can restore them. Doing this one without any cuts so far. No date. Ooh. Partial date. We'll restore it anyway. We shouldn't. This would be worth more if we tell the date without restoring it. I think it's a 1916. And it is. Look how quick that came back since it was already there. Mostly. Or is it a 15? It's a good thing we restored it. That one. No, which one's reflecting? That one. It is a... Good question. I don't know. 1915. The third 1915. What is this one? What is this one? I don't know. 1920, I think. Like we got another 1915 and a 1920. 15 is obvious. That one's going to shine. It could almost be a 1916. The way it curls over. Look for that. It's 15. You can see the gap. You can see the gap. Let's deactivate the 15. 1915, looking for a mint mark. Do not see a mint mark. Restored, not needed unless we need a 1915P. We just did that, we don't. This one is too dark to see. Deactivate that chemical, dry it off, see if we can make it out. Sure it's a 1920. Can't see it without the Nicodate. Yeah, there it is. 1920. Not good enough for the book. And it's an S mint mark though. 1920 with an S mint mark. Restored. Not needed. 2 more. Here they come. No date. No date. Got a little bit on the cardboard. We don't want that on the base of the scope. 1925. That one is going to be a 1925. That one, I don't know yet. 1915. Another 1915. 1915 and a 1925. The 1915, very obvious. Let's deactivate it. Look for a mint mark on the back of it. Maybe an S. Maybe an S mint mark. The other one is a 1925. Let's deactivate it. Got 25s in the main book. Can't see the backup book right now. Looking for a mint mark. I see something down there. See if we can pop any mint marks off of these. 1925, we need a D in the backup book. A 25D in the backup book. Not seeing anything come back there. And not seeing anything come back there. So no mint marks, 2 restored, dates not needed. All right, next 2 up. Volunteers? Yes. All right, it's like a DNA test. It's like a DNA test for Buffalo Nickels. Partial date, a 20-something, and a no date. Let's see what we can do. '26 maybe? Looking like a 26. Or 25. And another 1915. How popular is 1915? Goodness gracious. 1915, there were 20 million minted for P's. So quite a few. That looks like a 1921 to me, all day long. All day long, that's a 1921. That is a 1915. 21 we don't need in the main book. 21S we need in the backup book. Let's look at the 15. I like it when they nicodate easier. It's going to be a 15P. Restored, not needed. Look at the 21. Very clear, good 21. Did not get a mint mark back. It's a 21P. 21P. Don't need there, don't need there. It's so clear. I'm going to check it in the other book though to make sure it's not better than the one we have. Next 2 candidates, no date. That one's a 36. That one's a 36. We can see that. It is a 36. Don't see a mint mark, I don't think. Let's go to the zoom. Still don't see a mint mark. I'm going to nicodate it to make sure. This one we're going to nicodate because we do need to see it. Let's see if that one comes back. It's coming. If we need a 36, we need a 36P and an S in our book. We could find something here. That one's coming. 1917, I believe, in that one. I believe that's a 1917. Let's check our mint mark over here. Not seeing a mint mark. So that is going to be a 36P, which I think we said we needed in our book. Let me look. 36P we do need in our book. We have added one to our book. This is a good thing. Go back up and look at this one. 1917, all day long. Let's take it off the zoom so you can see it. Maybe a little too dark. It's a 1917. I'll clean it and then I'll show it to you. $1917. Looking for a mint mark. Mint mark area very warm. Don't see a mint mark. We'll count that one as a restored. Not needed. Let's do a couple more. Two more volunteers. No date. No date. Let's see if they're going to pop back. It's coming. I'll be back in a second. All right, what's that first one look like? It's like a 1925 and a 1920 something. Let's hit that second one again. In fact, we'll hit both of them again. Have any luck. Oh yeah, 1925 all day long. Oh, 1917. 1917 it is. And I didn't even get the juice on the left side of that. Occasionally on a redate, the less juice you put on, the better. Don't know why. 1917 and 1925. See, 1925 we do not need in the first book. We need a 25D in the second book. Let's see what the mint mark is on that 25. Use my imagination, I can see a D down there. So we'll just see what comes up. In this 1917, I don't think we need the 1917 in either book. Clear 1917. And no mint mark. Maybe a D down there. We'll see. We'll see if anything comes back. I think a mint mark is coming back on that one. Can't tell what it is, but there is a mint mark coming back on that one down there. And there's a mint mark coming back on that one. That one is a D. That one is a 1917 D. 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 Mint marks everywhere. Why does my D look like an S now? Let's go with the zoom. That is a 1917 S. The 1917 S. Got one of those in the book, but we'll check it to see if that one will upgrade it. This one, there's something there. There's something there. What it is, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's an S. It is an S, very clearly. So that is a 1925 S, which we don't need in the first book, but we do need in the second book. No, we don't. We have a 25S. Darn it, we needed a 25D. So we will count that as nickadated, but not needed. All right. We're going to call that a video. I'm going to go focus on charging the battery. Let's see. We've got 2 to check, 3 to check to see if they're better. We added 1 to our book, a 1936p. It is getting harder. We added several to our second book. In our first book now, we have 45 out of 65. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 nickadated. 15 of 16 we got a date. That's 125 out of 136. So only 11 without a date. The book is a filling up. Oh, spill your nickadate. That's bad. Don't spill your nickadate, Paul. Let me get that screwed down. There we go. So we are getting there. Lots to fill on page 3. But that's going to end episode number 11 of the Nickadate Fill. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with another episode soon. There is my alarm telling me it's an hour and to go check my battery. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all again when Paul has more spare time.